Dang, how do I get this? There we go. Hopefully, anybody out there, let me know on the sounds. Let me know if my sound is crackling or not. I can't, of course, I can't tell here, so if anybody can let me know about that, I would appreciate it. Hope I'm not getting any crackling or interference. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's crackling. That's really weird. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's crackling. Okay, let's turn this down. Let's see if that's any better. Okay, let's turn this down. Let's see if that's any better. Yeah, it's crackling for some reason. Trying to find a happy medium. Yeah, it's crackling for some reason. It's a little better, I think. Trying to find a happy medium. Yeah, it's crackling for some reason. It's a little better, I think. Trying to find a happy medium. Okay, I think that's better. Let me know. I'm just trying to make some adjustments so it's a little clear. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I got to do some work. So I got some. I did a license run at Hungaroring for one of my leagues, but since the update, they want us to redo it again. So now I got to do it with the new update. So I got to see which car I want to use. Probably the Porsche, but I need to do a setup for the Porsche anyway for Stu, and also I might try the Lamborghini here also. Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. If something's go wrong, let me know. But I thank you for the feedback and telling me it's okay. So we'll take the Porsche out first and see what I can do. This is just the aggressive. So I haven't really done anything with it. So you can see it's just a stock aggressive setup. And they just changed the brake pads and the fuel. It's and steering. That's all I did. I haven't touched anything else. It's all the same. So I don't even know if I've even, maybe the tires, but again, I haven't really done it. There's a stock aggressive. Everybody ever notice that car, when it comes down off the jacks, man, it comes down hard. I don't know why they harder than the other cars. The Porsche comes down, it's about bounces when it comes off the jacks. Kind of weird.
Green light, go, go, go.
Let me know if the sound is okay here with the video, as far as the, you know, the in-game sound, as far as the car and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for the support, and thank you for the feedback, letting me know. I appreciate it. Hey, hello to everybody. Getting going this morning. Want to spend some time.
Stay away from curbs.
Loud. A little loud. But again, let me know the sound of the in-game, please. If I need to turn it up or down or what. A few warm-up laps here. Get me going. Work on a setup. At least get one going. Get them roughed in. Gain is too high again. Oh, not again. I had it where it was going good. Was it because of... Any better? Car sound is okay, my voice is crackling. My Porsche back. Yeah, messing with the mic. Really have any mic settings. It has the gain, so I'm trying to mess with that. I thought I had it because I was talking earlier and everybody said it was fine. So I don't know, it's getting interference from somewhere. I shut all my fans off around because I thought maybe it was getting interference from, you know, noise from a fan or something. So I shut those off. So, but I guess that wasn't it. All these technical bugs. I need an IT person. Unfortunately, I got to be the do-it-all person. But I appreciate everybody just taking the time to try to work something out. It's hard to tell when I'm, you know, on this end. So I appreciate everybody letting me know. I'm gonna keep trying to. Audio's fine now. Whoa. Oh, there goes that sign. Keep trying to make small adjustments on the gain and things like that, trying to get it to see if that's what it is. Fine now. Okay, well, let's stick with it for now. It's like it comes and goes. That's the thing that's really weird. And I'm not doing anything different, so. Yeah, I mean, I like the update so far. I mean, initial impressions. It's got some things I don't like, though. But also, I'm still trying to work through it, so whether it's with force feedback, just figuring it out. I can get a halfway decent lap in here so I can have something to go off of without running off the road and doing everything else. Oh man, taking that hard. Doesn't have the front end as vague. Trying to get some tire pressures. 146? That's not that good. Front end is just, in the corners, it feels like it doesn't have grip. So yeah, and the only way to find things out if it works or doesn't work is that, you got to sometimes think outside the box and really try different things just to see what you get in feel and performance. If it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. Better, that's better. No front end grip. It's just got not the way I like it. It's back end's loose and the front end's plowing. Alright, well,
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
need to adjust some tires. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Try and do my Pan Am laps. I did them already, but they said that they want us to redo it again because of the update. So, kind of a bummer, but I understand. Kind of a bummer because it took me, you gotta do like 10 laps, and I did that already. But oh well. So I could understand because the update changes a lot of things. So I do get that. Yeah, the tires are off. I mean, I need at least a little bit more pressure. What's these at? Yeah, I'll leave those alone. shoot anymore. Almost like you need to do this the opposite. You need to run 3 and a 4 duct because the dang tires, you run the rears, you got to run so much lower, and they run the same pressures. So I almost think I think you need to go like this or like that. Well, we'll try a lot of different things. So thank you, Morpheus Racing. Yeah, no feeling on the 296. Okay, well that's different. I can understand loving the Dave understanding loving the Ferrari. Raced against it, which that video's coming out a little bit later. First race with the new cars last night in Pan Am at Monza. I was gonna live stream it, but I had some technical issues, so I couldn't do it. It's like I said though, the Ferrari it's I don't know. They hope they adjust it because I don't mind it having a little advantage, but it's on fuel. It's ridiculous. I have to run 58 to 60 liters in the Porsche, and the Ferrari runs like 48 or 50 to do a 30-minute race, and has the same top speed or more. It's the fuel on it mileage on the Ferrari is nuts. So I knew that was going to be a big advantage for the Ferrari. And then on top of that, I think they still can hold 120 liters. So that's another thing. I think in the 488 it could only hold 110. So I think in my opinion it should be the same. If they're getting negative mileage and they can do that, then they need to cut the fuel amount down. But we'll see what they do with the BOP. I mean I'll be curious to see how that happens. But anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna take that. We adjusted the brake ducts just to see how that works. That's gonna bring these pressures up. Or these pressures are gonna come up, probably pretty good. And I lowered this down, so now I can raise this up. I like to start closer to my pressures, closer on cold. I mean, if I'm making sense, I don't like it where I don't mind a little difference, but what I'm saying is I don't want this a whole pound more than this or whatever. So I don't know. I find it works better when they're even, and then when they get the temperature or the pressures, they go up even, and that's why I like it instead of one way got more pressure than the other when it's cold. So I'm going to raise this up. Let's equal this. Let's just equal that and see where it goes. And then on this one, we're going to about equal it. So we're going to do that. So that way we'll see how that works. Yeah, I know that's a bummer for you console guys. Yeah, I can understand. That's a real bummer. Yeah. I can't argue with you on that as far as the console, as far as wanting the update. But it's the way they do it. They probably work the bugs out, and then the consoles they put it in. I know it's a lot different platform, so let's just take a little out here. Let's take some of this negative camber out. I mean, I could run probably low 45s with this, but it's just feels like it's sliding all over the place. See, and this is another thing that I had a problem with last night, which you'll see on the video. The wear is a get you, man. The difference, the rear tires just give up near the end of the stint, so it really changes it. So it's a lot of difference in setting the cars up. You might have to start having the car actually at the get-go be a little understeery. From the old Porsche, you might have to start with, or the old update. I shouldn't say the old Porsche. I should say the old update, because what's happening is the rear tires are wearing faster, and then by the time you get to near the end of the stint, the car gets very oversteery, and then you're sliding all over the place, and you need to increase the wear on the fronts. So the only way to do that is to have the car a little understeery, and then as it wears, hopefully it will loosen. It'll get more neutral or be a little oversteery by the end, but not so oversteery that you're gonna wreck. That's what happened. I almost wrecked a couple times. So sorry to hear that, Morpheus. Yeah, on PS5. Well, that's the way it always is. I mean, when the new cars come out, I mean, usually they're the fastest, but at least it's not one. I mean, a lot of times when the BMW came out, the M4, I don't know. I think did that come out with the Evo 2, the Audi? But I mean, it was pretty much the OP car, pretty much. I mean, it was in the beginning, it was pretty dominant until they dialed it down a little bit. So I think these three cars, and even the AMG, maybe it just a half a step behind, but they're all pretty close in performance. The thing that's going to get it is tire wear, and the Ferrari has the up on everybody because it has the fuel mileage by far. It's not even close. So, and that makes a big difference in long stints. And also, and this is just my opinion, it's okay to disagree, but the brake bias of going way, way down I think is over. Maybe for qualifying. I'm not saying that for qualifying, but for a race stint, I don't know how that would work because it's going to increase your tire wear on the rear, and it's going to make it even worse. That's why you see the Ferrari with the aggressives. They got like 64 on the brake bias and stuff. They're doing stuff like that. I mean, real high brake bias on these setups from the standard setups, and so the rear tires basically don't wear out faster. So something like that, I think, is gonna. I got to turn on my telemetry. See, I almost forgot to do that. I always forget to do that. Put my telemetry on so I can look at Motec later. So we did a few little changes. Let's look at a replay of the last lap. Me mowing the grass. Gotta love the sound. Hello to everybody. Appreciate you coming by and checking me out. Checking my video out. Again, I'm still trying to work out some bugs and a noob here as far as live streaming, but I'm gonna try to do this every week. I wish I could do it all the time, but I work a full-time plus job, so. Gotta love the Porsche. Can't wait until they make models of that. I want to get one for sure. Blew that a little bit. The car just doesn't, I don't know, just doesn't feel the way I want it to, but so you see the back end coming out there. I mean, there's just of course the Hungaroring has got it doesn't have a lot of grip by far. Great looking car though. Okay, well, let's we just did a few changes. better. So, I mean, it's an improvement just by doing that. You get a little bit more feedback. Feels like it's got a little bit more grip. And of course, a lot of people have been saying about the Porsche, I think you got to brake a little earlier and things like that compared to the other update. And Stu was making at Monza, we were talking about it, and Stu made a good point last night that, of course, the car's got more speed too. So, I mean, that's another reason you have to brake a little earlier than normal, or from before, because the car's got more terminal speed than it did in the other update. So you can't brake in the same exact place you did before because you got, another couple mile an hour, 2 or 3 mile an hour more. So it's not that the braking's that much different, it's just that you're carrying more speed, so. See what these tire pressures do. Still a little oversteery, but not real bad. It calmed it down a little bit by putting some more rubber on the road, so to speak. There we go. Let's do one more lap just to see where the pressures are. Still oversteery there. Ah! Definitely needs some work on that part. It feels like the grip in the back is just not there. Front feels much better, but the back, it feels like it's just not getting the grip. See it sliding? Yeah, see the back end just. Alright. Yeah, big difference in laps. The tires don't look too bad. So the tires are getting close now. So that was a good move to do it that way. So again, just learning. Going with the brake ducts the opposite way. It seems like the rears are working harder than the fronts at times. So I think this needs to come up a little bit more, just a little bit more. There. Maybe just down one here. There. Now I think they're close now. Hello, Dennis. Yeah, I think the sound is great too. Again, hello to everybody. This is the livery I have here is I downloaded from Race Department. They just released it. It's so of course this is an IMSA. They race this car in IMSA. But hopefully, speaking of liveries, I really need to find somebody that can do a livery for me for this car. So if anybody has any suggestions, I was trying to find who did my other one, and I can't find it. I really like to get it done for the Lamborghini and for the Porsche, which we will go just to show. Let's go watch a lap. No, let's look at the tires before we get out into this. Oh, shoot, there's on the same tires. I didn't switch, so it was the same tires. So, but you can see the rears are wearing out faster than the fronts. But heck, I still ran my fastest lap on used tires, so that was good. That's better. But yeah, let's go. I just wanted to show everybody. Let's watch the replay of that one. I want to look at the speed down the front straightaway. Let's see if there's any speed difference between the old update and the new update, because this is short. This isn't that fast. So let's see if there's any. Oh yeah, see, there's like 3 mile an hour right there. In the old update, you probably 150, 149 to 150. So 149 to 150, and it's now doing 153. So that's, even in that short straightaway, you're doing probably 3 mile an hour more than you were before. And that makes a difference. I mean, again, that's why you gotta brake a little sooner with with any of these cars, because they're all the same. The other cars are going to probably gain a little too. So that's why I want to try the Lamborghini here, the new Evo 2, and see what it is compared to the Porsche. And also just kind of rough it in also. But first of all, I know I'm kind of jumping around, but I get involved in stuff and forget. And these are for people that don't know my channel or are new. Again, welcome. This car here, this is like my favorite car, and I apologize because I thought I had his name somewhere and I can't find it. He did this. I've tried to look for him because it's got this on the back. Mechanics Motorsports, but I can't find anything. But he did this, and I've used this in so many of my videos. You'll see it in a lot of the videos when I race the Porsche. It's almost always this. But I love this livery he did for me. And I'd like to do something similar to this, but for the new car and maybe for the Lamborghini. And I pay for it. I'm not expecting it done for free, but I gotta see if I can find somebody that can do a good job, because I think this is just excellent. But hopefully I can find somebody, or if anybody you can reach out to me. I got my emails in all of my videos, so you can email me. But yeah, I love this thing. So I miss my car. That's a car I raced all the time, was this one, and I don't know. It was perfect job. But anyway, back to what we were doing. Just wanted to show everybody and see if anybody has any ideas of what somebody that does the deliveries and stuff. So you see my high was like a high 43 there in the old Porsche. So, of course, I don't expect to do that with this update. But, I mean, running what I did run there, 44 something wasn't bad. At least we know that we got the tire pressures are close. So I'm just going to I'm going to drop down pretty good. Get some more grip, especially in the rear. Adjust my TC. Since this track does not have a lot of grip, leave that alone. Now see, this is the thing here. This to me is a lot for the front. It's a lot of spring and a lot of bump stop rate. The rear doesn't look bad, but the front, I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll work with the new car and the new physics. So again, usually a little more than I usually like here. Oh, anybody, of course, I don't know if you did that livery, the one that I showed you, my custom. Just let me know if you're the one that did it. But I can't find the email that it was done about, I don't know, I think a year ago or over a year ago or something like that, and he did it. But anyway, it really makes me mad that I lost that, because he did such a great job, and he just did it for me for free too. And since it was like I think about 3 years since I was doing this for 3 years, and he said it was a present for my 3 years for doing this on YouTube and setups and stuff. So it was really nice, and I guess, like I said, it was my favorite car. But we can do a lot of here. But again, that's, trying to find the balance and the grip level, which the rear end actually feels like it's sliding around a lot. Which we can go more wing, which I usually do here. So usually here at Hungaroring, I usually run max wing, because your speed-wise, you're only hitting 150. Of course, here it's 153. So it's speed-wise, it's not that, it's not that much. So let's just, for example, just see what the difference is. Now, again, there's no splitter on the old update and the old Porsche. Well, I should say the other gen Porsche, you had the splitter to kind of help with the grip in the front. Well, they took that away on the new Porsche. So I don't know if anybody noticed that, but yeah, you can't do that anymore. So the AMG is the only car that has the adjustment there on the front splitter. Oh, is that you, Mario? Is you the one that did that? Man, I get lucky that the person on here did that. You're awesome, man. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed that car. I can't even tell you. It made me mad because I couldn't find you. I wanted to email you back, and I was so mad because I couldn't find it. And I just think it was such a great, great job. And of course, you've seen that car in videos everywhere. I mean, I've used that car pretty much the only Porsche I drove. So I just thought it was awesome. I even put, liveries in all my leagues so I could run that car, and other people could see it. And so I did that too in the Pan Am and the E-Seniors. But man, I appreciate it. I know that's work doing it, stuff like that. So I thank you very, very much. But yeah, it's mega rush. But yeah, if you could, um, you know, just if you do that to me, I mean, that's fine. I don't mind even paying for it. I like to have one for the Lamborghini and the similar um, to the two. But yeah, I mean, just the black wheels like I had them. The black. The only thing I changed, I think I just had the black glossy black wheels is the only thing I changed. That's kind of like I like on all cars pretty much. And other stuff looks weird. That's the only thing I really changed in the car. But you did such a great job. Thank you so much. But the rear wing, let's just try that. Let's max it out and let's just see what the difference is. I'm curious because you can get a little bit more grip back there. And of course I can adjust the height to get a little bit more aggressive for the turn in. And we'll leave everything else alone. I'm not going to touch anything else here. We'll leave it all alone. So mainly just some ride height, adjusted the negative camber. Let's just look at this really quick. Motec, because it's taking some of these bumps pretty harsh. So let's look at that and see what's going on. It's not terrible. No, it doesn't look really bad. It is a little high. So let's see what we can adjust to bring down. Yeah, I mean the old setups. Really, I went through some of that yesterday on my live stream yesterday. I would say the biggest thing is take the front toe way out. These are the two things I would try to adjust. It would make a big difference. Take the front toe way out, so take it down in half or more. Take it down to like 0.1, and then take about half of the rear diff out. Take those two things out and try it. And you might have to take out one sway bar. But do those things, and it'll get the car more. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it gets the car a big improvement. And you don't have to mess with anything else. So anybody that has the old setups, that's what I would try. I was going over that yesterday. Hello, Larry. How you doing? I am in northeast Georgia. I am in right at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. So that's where I am at. I am probably 45 minutes from Road Atlanta. So, which is my home track, and it's an awesome place. Awesome place. So again, get back to this. I get detoured, so I want to answer everybody, and I do appreciate you taking the time to come in and visit everybody. But yeah, we'll knock these down. 48.7. That one is 47, 48. Like, yeah, these can come up a little bit. But I was happy with the car last night. I have a video coming out later today from a race in Pan Am at Monza. So it doesn't have a setup in it because I'm still working on it. I want to get it. I'm trying to get that done also sometime. Dialing in. It ran good. I qualified at a 48.5 or 6, which is decent for me, and was running high 48s, low 49s, I think, in the race mostly. But the problem is at the end, which I said earlier in the stream, the rear tires are coming off the car too fast, and you end up getting way too loose. No, I turned all my fans off. I got nothing on. That's what I was trying to figure out. It says mic okay again. So is it okay? Okay. It's okay again. So I don't know what's going on. I guess I got to invest. I guess I'm going to have to go invest in a mic because I know that's irritating. I would be irritated as far as listening, and I wouldn't like it either. So I might have to go invest in a mic. I don't want to, but one of the standalones, because for some reason this is a good mic on this headset. It really is. I mean, you see all my videos. It's the best mic on a headset that I can find, but for some reason it gets a crackling, and I don't know. It's an interference from something, and I've turned everything off around me. I don't have anything on that's near me, other than my rig, other than the bass. So I have nothing on. I usually, when I'm doing a video, I usually have fans and stuff, and you don't hear anything. I don't hear any of that through the video when I do videos. It's the buffer. Okay, well, maybe a sound update might be. No, I'm not using voice meter, whatever that is. I don't even know what voice meter is. Not using that. Let's go back to the Motec. I got that done. Let's see the rear. Let's check out the rear. 48, 49. Yeah, not bad, but this can come down. 50, 50. It's not bad. So yeah, I might have to go do that. Maybe look into a mic. That can come down a little. Again, this is just ballpark and stuff because I'm going to be going over this almost every single time, so it's no big deal. You know, you just keep tuning it and keep just doing that. So, thank you so much for the feedback because I mean, I'm trying to figure this out as I go. So, thank you so much for the guys letting me know and working with me. Maybe it's my phone. I don't have the sound. I'm looking at the chat on my phone, but I don't have any sound on. It's completely down. So maybe I don't know if I got the phone too close to me. I'm moving it away. I'm moving it away so I can still see it, but I'm just trying to move the phone farther away. So I don't know if that's causing. So let me know. Again, thank you guys so much for just trying to work with me to get, I want the quality is the best I can. I'm real big on that. So, let's see what we got there. So we made a few adjustments. I mean, nothing, again, just ballparking it in. Okay. All right. Perfect now. Okay, well that's good. We'll see if it stays that way because it seems like it's really good and then it changes. So, but like I said, I'm moving the phone away from me. I still can read it, so I still read it, but I'm not have it so real close. Excuse me. So what would we change? We changed the ride height. I maxed the wing out. Again, I don't care about. I'm not big on speed on the straightaways. I attack corners, and I want this thing to handle. So that's what I'm looking at, especially a place like Hungaroring. We adjusted the TC just to give it a little bit more TC in it, and of course we adjusted the negative camber. So we did a good amount of stuff. So let me make sure I got on the right tires this time. Oh, see, I'm still. Oh no, we're started over. That's right. See, jumping all over the place. Making sure I got a fresh set, but we haven't even gone out yet on this. Not on this time. So let's try this.
Green light. Give it all you can.
See what we can do. I am using. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Larry. I am using DD2. I have a DD2 wheel base with the Formula wheel and the Assetto pedals. So that's what I use. I have been using that for a while now. Feel too bad. Over that, pretty good. Feels better. Do a few laps just to see how it goes. I want to check the speed down the straightaway also. See the difference? A lot better. Definitely improved. A lot more feel as far as the car. Tires are coming up pretty equal. Still a little vague through here. Little vague through there. Whoa, snapped on me. Still a little bit better. Let's do one more because I messed up a couple times. Tires are still coming up. Lower the brakes down one. Grip there. It's definitely vague through some of these places.
mate. That's all the best.
That's better. Car feels better in a lot of places. Feels like more raceable. Yeah, the 26 to 27. Yeah, I mean, just I guess you can run different places. Um, you know, different tire pressures for different places, I should say. But I mean, I try to run more in the mid 26s to high 26s for a little bit more stability. Well, that's what I'm trying. That's what I've found out so far. Let's take a look at the setup. See. See, the thing that, again, the tire wear, it's not terrible. It's actually a little, I think we're better than we were before with the aggressive. But still, you look at it and it's still, you know, I wish this was closed up about, especially since we only did a few laps. I wish this was closed up about, like if this was a 93, 94, I wish this was a 91 or something like that. Like only like a couple behind. And see, instead it's like 4 behind. So, you know, just because that's only going to get worse. You know, this is only going to get worse and worse and worse as a race goes. And then pretty soon what's going to happen is the rears are going to be pretty much shot. So, and basically, I do run different cambers for different places. So, you know, again, you can do that. I do a lot of setups that are that way. I've done that forever. I mean, to be honest, I'm talking when the ACC first came out. I think I was doing that back in 19 or 20 or something like that. Or I mean, I came out with those a long time ago, so I found it was working well, especially for tracks that are like Barcelona, like Paul Ricard, for Monza, all those kinds of tracks. It just seems like, you know, you have a lot of turns, fast turns that are one direction. I usually run different negative cambers on both sides. So usually it's between, usually it's 2. Usually you only got to go about 2 different, usually. Because you know, inside tires are important too. I mean, you know, if you have tires that you're on the load side, but you know, you want the inside tires helping out too. So if you got all this negative camber, you're not using it. And again, last night I showed that in my video coming out. I'll show you that from Monza. I will show you that. So again, at the end of the race. So again, I hope you all watch that later today. It should be out, but it shows some of the things that I'm trying to, and I'm glad I did that race just because you're learning what's happening. You know, you're learning the tire wear part, and this is the issue. I'm going to tell you right now is this. See that you got a 289 here and a 292 here. Well, that's only going to keep getting worse. That's going to get worse and worse and worse. See, it needs to be more like this. Really close. If anything, this side should be probably equal all the way across. So again, it's only going to get worse. So I got to start really paying a really close attention to that, and looking at it. You know, this ain't too bad. This is something not too bad. But again, you know, you start looking at it, and what the wear is only going to multiply as the race goes. And then by the time you end of the race, you got the outside of the tire that has not that much wear, and the inside of the tire that's way worn. So, and that's no good because you're giving away time. Is you want the wear to be, it don't have to be exactly even, but I mean you want the wear to be closer. You don't want it to be way down here and all kinds. That tells you that edge of the tire is not being used. So at least that's the way I think about it anyway. That's my point. Again, I think the springs are too stiff on the front. I'm going to go down a click because it just feels like in some of these corners it's very vague. And don't like that. And then also I'm going to go off the sway bar in the front. I'm going to go down a click. And I'm doing that because, you know, a lot of slow corners, you don't need a lot of sway bar. You need the front end to pitch on each corner so it'll turn and put the weight on the car, on the corner that you're needing to turn. So, and also going over the bumps or the sausages, it makes the car stiffer so it hits it harder. Those all make a difference. So again, that's what the anti-roll bar does in the front. And you need to, you know, faster tracks you might have to have it up because you need the car to stay planted and the aero to be working correctly. But at a track that's not as fast, you might need to go the other way. So again, this is something you got to find a balance. I'm going to move my phone over a different place, but it's still far away from me. So let me know if anything changes. Oh, and I also, to answer Dave, what's the 194 in Sky194? Well, actually, Sky is what is the first initial of my name, my wife's name, and my last name. And 194 is the number I used when I used to race. So, a long time ago. So, that's where that comes from. Got clear? I hope so, because that's always a good thing. I want it to be clear, better. So again, I appreciate feedback. Let me know. That's why I was telling you all that I was moving it to see if I can find a better place. It's still away from me, but farther away from the computer. I had it, you know, I kind of moved on the other side, so it's farther away from the PC. So, oh yeah, the force feedback is different. I'm fine tuning it. Okay, one. I'm gonna show you another thing that's making a difference. Okay, between the old and the new. So watch this. The caster. The caster is making I think more of a difference now than it was before. So, you know, before the old setups, which I probably need to do that to the Valencia setups, you might want to change that. Is just knock this down. I had them up here, you know, way up here like this. I think I had it at 11 because in the old thing, that's where everybody would just raise the caster way up. Okay, that was the faster way. Well, now it's making more of a difference. So I would start dialing it back down and try that, and that will change your force feedback also. That will actually take some of the force, you know, with it down, it takes some of the stiffness out of the car, but your force feedback's there. So I shouldn't say it takes the force feedback. It just takes the heaviness out of the wheel. So again, everybody that's got the Valencia, my setups, you might just it might help the car, and I would just change that. I would just change whether it's a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or the Porsche or the AMG. Just take it down 1 or 2 points. So take it down from, when I say points, I mean full points, not the tenths. Take it down at least a couple and try it and see how it is. And that'll take the heaviness out of the wheel and give you the force feedback will still be there, but it'll just take some of the heaviness out. Caster is the angle of the front going forwards or backwards. So it's the wheel going forward. If you got, you know, the more caster you put it, the more it puts the wheel forward. And of course, the opposite is true when you take it out. So, you know, to me, it gives you a little bit of stability on some of the turns with increased caster in high-speed turns. But also it is a negative on slow speed turns. You want it not as much caster because it changes your negative camber. So it does change that, but it's not as much, okay, as a street car. Again, you got to remember these cars are built race cars. Um, they all have spherical bearings in them. Okay, there's no bushings in these cars, no bushings. And I had my car that I had, my Corvette I had spherical bushings put in it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you talk about a change in a car, you take all the bushings out of a suspension and put bearings in it, it completely transforms the car. I mean, it makes the car so much more exact, so much more precise because you don't have the flex. The bushings in the suspension causes flex and changes your settings for your camber and things. But when you have spherical bearings in your suspension, it doesn't do that. There's no flex there anywhere. So again, I guarantee all these race cars have those in them, for sure. So not even a question. They don't run any bushings in these things at all. And like I said, from a street car to a race car, I mean, again, even a street car that has that done, but when you take it and you take all them bushings out and put the bearings in it, you think, oh, that's nothing. It's no big deal. You just, taking bushings out and putting bearings in. Wow, was I wrong? What a difference! I mean, you talk about absolute transforming a car. So let's look at Motec again and see what it's doing. See if I got the. Oh, no, I don't. Forgot to do it again. Oops. Okay, so let's see what we got. Thanks for everybody for stopping in. Appreciate it. Let's see what we got a lap here. Oh, you see the bump needs to come down. That's too high, way too high. Look at it, sky high over here. So, rebound. Looks like we went a little bit. Well, I like the graph, but it's a little bit too low. I like to have my rebound, as high as I can get it. So let's just go up on the rebound. But the bump is way too high. It's at like 53, 52, 8. So that's way too high. So we're going to bring that down. So let's just try that. Again, we're just roughing things in. I'm not getting it dialed in exactly. You're going to go back and forth, especially as you're changing. You're like a dog chasing your tail, because as you change springs and change this and change that, it's going to change these. It's going to change the Motec also. Thank you, Cobalt. Yep. Aussie's a big difference there. Hope you come back. Always appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I softened the springs. We'll check that again, but yeah, I softened the springs in the front. I think it was one click. Go down. It's too. It's. You can tell in some corners. It's in mid corner. It's just understeering. It's not gripping. So and then like I said here, we lowered this. So we got this big adjustment on the front. Now the rear is pretty far down. We need to bring this down. I don't like the graph, so let's make an adjustment on that. That's not real bad there. I'm just gonna go down on that. And these are way too high. 53, that's 52 something. Way too high. Way too high on the bump. So this has to come way down. Again, make a big change. So we can always go back the other way. And of course, mechanical, I did go down one. One. It's got a lot of bump stop rate. So, but we'll leave that alone for now. Hey, Manjo, how you doing? Yeah, and I softened the front spring so I can get a little bit more grip in the front. Especially Hungaroring, because this place is not the grippiest place in the world. And I'm trying to get the thing to soften up. I softened the one click out of the anti-roll bar. That'll get the car to pitch a little bit, and then the springs make a difference too. So we'll leave them alone. We went down one click, and we went down on the anti-roll bar. So we'll try that and go from there. And of course, we made a lot of adjustments in the shocks. We didn't do anything here. It doesn't feel too bad here, really, to be honest. So we'll leave that alone. Let's see. Let's go here. Tires look good. Actually, I can go up one in the back, and let's go down one more in the rear on the negative camber. Again, you need grip. You need tires on the road, especially if you're coming off all these long, these corners are not super fast, but they're, you're always turning, constantly turning. So that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So let's watch. That's the last lap. I'm curious on the speed. What's the speed going to be? How much are we going to lose? Yeah, it would have a little bit more bite if I took the fronts down. Yes. So we had 153 before. Same speed. So I maxed the wing out, and I still have the exact same speed that I had with a 10 wing. So remember, it was 153. Look at that, same exact speed. So it's in the tenths. I'm not losing anything as far as speed down the straightaway, and here I am maxing the wing out. And that's why a lot of places with Hungaroring, it's just easier to max it out and go from there, because you're not losing hardly anything, if anything. Man, that car's nice. Look nicer in my livery though, but still. It look nicer in my livery, but I like the new Porsche. Gotta love it. I think it does better over those too. It does better even with before from those settings. It does better. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I was going to ask some of the guys in the leagues, but it's kind of weird because you go to like LFM or Pan Am, and the driver in the car is just a generic. Everybody's the same, same helmet, same suit. It's all generic. But when you go to like the multiplayer, when you go to the CP server or e-seniors of the league I'm in, they have your guy in there. So it's kind of, it must be some settings on the server that they can do that or something, but I kind of noticed that. This little stuff. Yeah, I think it's a nice car to drive. I think that too, and and of course my goal is to make it nicer to drive. I mean that's, I think from right now, from the aggressive to right now, it feels lots better, and I just have it, you know, roughed in. It's not like it's all dialed in, so, and it feels so much better. Yeah, well, yeah, definitely more feedback through there. Yeah, I'm doing this because the one league, Pan Am, they got to do a license test, you know, to find out what category you're in, you know, whether you're a pro, a silver, or AM, which is, I think is really cool. I give them credit for that because I think that is so neat to have the different classes. That is so awesome to have those kinds of classes so you can have more people involved. And you have the different classes. So, I mean, you know, a guy in silver can be fighting for his championship and not worried about guys that are, you know, faster, just and AM. And I just give credit to Pan Am for doing stuff like that because it takes extra work. But, you know, I got to do a qualifying run here, which I did. But if you're, I said it early in the stream, but you might not have heard that. I did it before that in the other, before the update, and they want us to redo it because of the update. So, again, that's why I got to try to see what I like. That's in the league I'm in, Pan Am. Yeah, late, but the brakes aren't, the tires aren't up to pressure. Yeah, a little bit. I got a little bit more grip there. Still could use more. Feels better going over the curbs. God, I love this Porsche. All three cars are absolutely awesome. I've driven all three, and I love all three of them. They're all awesome in their own way. Still say the Ferrari out of all of them is going to be the OP car. It's going to be the hard one to beat because it's fast and it sips fuel, and that's a hard combination to beat.